Alright, and then no internal metal between here. Up. Awesome. Yeah. So with anybody who's not sensitive, I'm gonna wipe them down here. And this is the worst part, it's chilly.
We're trying to wake you up in the morning. I need to put those on my son to wake him up every morning.
Alright, it's just nice and clean. I actually use the grounding pad itself, just to dry it off. And then
Grounding pad is cold.
It is.
Usually at those things, my hands are freezing too, so it's horrible. No rhyme or reason which side, just the side of the device is on. The cord doesn't have to, you know.
Will hair affect the grounding pad? Like sometimes you have men that are just
hairy back.
covered.
Oh yeah,
So would you suggest shaving them then?
yeah. You can look at that in the console, yeah. And I do on, and then I try to warm them up real quick.
It
Let me
wasn't as
connect
bad as
ya.
it was with it.
Alright, so this is very similar to an ER grounding or anything. This little tab comes up, and there's these little slits here. So the tabs from the pad, just connect them. Make sure you get them both, and then go there.
That's
Use it. So, like, say you're to do it somewhere else, like you just don't want this to like be pulling it off, right?
Does it need to be vertical or can it be?
Yes. So
okay.
this one just cannot be over the spine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna hold this for you. Sorry.
It's a tall table. Do you want her sitting up, sitting down, laying back down?
Like flat? Yeah.
Want this pillow or?
Give her. Where's our little baby blue one?
Right underneath
Baby
there.
blue.
Right there. Oh, okay.
Neck support. Here you go.
Get my
Mm. I am, yeah. Mostly her
No, we got
visual
makeup wax.
learner.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I got mine.
Oh, I could have gone and gotten. Sorry. I have all that.
Tiny to me.
But
Like,
if,
it really
if
won't
nothing can be, like no hair or nothing though.
Do we want to
Like,
put a
no.
thing on her? Pull back her hair thing?
Oh,
Is it the way? Is it okay?
Yeah, is that out of the way?
Okay. Just to make a back makeup remover.
So what would happen if you did not have good contact? It would just be painful?
No, it can burn. Anytime there's
Oh,
no
just
contact
burning,
with RF,
okay.
it could burn.
like the,
With this though, if say like it wasn't clean enough, it just wouldn't even stick to begin with, so.
I thought it would be like the tins unit, you know, if they don't have good contact, it's painful.
Probably will feel a little weird, but this is going deeper, so not so much the painful, we'll just get burned. Okay, let's do sit up real quick. Let's do like one straight on picture at least, so we have it.
Sorry.
Things need that. I have my little collage app. We can do
Oh, it's right there.
you go.
Straight on.
What collage app do
All
you
right,
use?
come on in.
What collage app do you use?
Live collage.
Okay.
And then I have alcohol.
Where'd that alcohol go? Oh, right here.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I can't remember. And non-alcohol.
Or you even use like the big alcohol pad.
Yeah.
I'm texting Cindy.
And I'm doing, I mean, pressure with it. I want it to be like nice and clean.
Yeah.
And then for here, like sometimes like at those symposiums, I try to just do like exactly where I think it's gonna go, but you just don't always know, right? So just
I mean, it's gonna
pull
mess up your
area,
makeup.
you know.
Yeah.
I think it would look worse, like leave with like partial stripes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
strong.
Okay.
White pencil. We still have those, right? Don't we use those for Botox?
So, forehead. I start at the forehead. It does not matter where you start, but I'll let you guys place everything. I'm just gonna make sure we're good here, which I know you were doing already. Beautiful. So just like literally as, like I said, medial as possible. We have, I mean, the stickers are over the eyebrows right there. That's okay. They're just not
long as that
necessary to
dark-
go
okay.
that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see on the
See through it.
through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes without saying, but I've had people literally like place off to the side, and I was like, "What are you looking at?"
What are
So,
you doing?
I don't typically mark for the forehead, but say like you have to place it just so because they have a tiny one or something. If you just always want to, just make your little line, just so you know where to line it up at. Welcome to.
Okay.
And then you'll take your sticker off and place. So switch these out for somebody.
And you said opening the package, you rip them sometimes, like the tail off of it? Is that what you meant?
Like
the little-
open the package fully, just so you're not like. ripping it.
But what did you rip?
The like this part was still inside of it, so when I took it out, it would rip here.
Rip it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You got a perfect forehead.
Beautiful.
Just the perfect size.
Yeah, you gotta like.
Mm-hmm.
How much smaller are the small pads?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Just want to feel it. Okay.
It feels like foam.
Yeah, it's like
Right?
soft, cushiony.
I mean, it feels like it's on there.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so for here, you guys don't need to like do the tragus once you're treating people or like mark the tragus. Today, this is just how we're supposed to train. So I'm gonna literally just take a line straight out from the oral commissure here. And then I'm gonna find the tragus here and I'm gonna make a line just right out of the middle of the tragus. So basically just kind of getting my path.
A line between those two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get my path. Now, this was kind of one that we started, or I started doing. Make just like your little like fake smile laugh thing, like your, yeah, okay. Like so, Miles, exactly. Yep. So do it again. Beautiful. And so I'm literally, if you notice, I'm just lining the smile line. That's all. So if they have enough room, if you can start it where that lines up, that's been like perfect. And that's just to avoid going too close to the lip and doing like the DO and just some weird stuff, right? So you can start it there and they have the room here, perfect. Now for her, let's line it up how it shows us here. Here, and I'm gonna go straight to the tragus. So, I mean, I'm off the jaw, I'm like right there, if you can feel that. I mean, it's really close.
See it.
And then again, it's just like kind of straight. I just feel like you could do better. So, just to make myself feel better, I'm gonna just angle up, because when in doubt, angle up.
Go up.
Just to really get a good look. Does that make sense? And then there's
Kind of
no
just
like,
along that jawline.
yep, and now we're off of that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna mark, and then still where that notch is, I just kind of angled her up a little bit, and then that little baby hairs are good and out of the way. So let's do, and then again, eventually you won't need to do this, but just as you're starting, because remember we have to take it off, take the sticker off. So just so you don't go, okay, now where was I? So I'll have somebody, I don't know who's gonna be like actually doing hands-on, but somebody else can stick. I'll have somebody else actually draw and stick the other side, so we'll just kind of,
You're gonna do this side and
you
you do
guys
that
rock
side.
and
since
roll
you're there.
off the bat here.
Okay. How did you not touch it? Is it okay if I touch it? Or do I want to
Let's
try
stick
not
on,
to?
like, the sticker part, but
Perfect.
beautiful. Love that, awesome. Great job.
Ready for me to turn?
Mm-hmm.
Other cheek? Okay.
So now this one, do all the same lines and everything. Now before placing it, before tracing it, you want to have them even. So I bring them back to center. Once I think I have it in the right position, I'll bring it back to center before I make like my lines and stuff, just to make sure that they're both the same height, same angle. You want to just start even though everybody's not, you know, exactly even. Okay.
Is that video on?
And then come wherever makes sense to you to look at, to do.
So do that.
I'm gonna try.
Good. Smile for me.
I have one going.
You want me to
It's
turn to the
Yes.
side?
Yeah.
from the
And just
beginning.
smile. To the line. Like this,
Yep,
right?
exactly. Some people are harder to find than others there. Some people, like, you don't even need to make them smile 'cause it's so deep, you know?
That other one, did
Just off
you?
in the train, just kind of straight. line, yeah.
Okay.
And again, in practice, you guys don't have to worry about that one. Just know to look at the tragus, kind of that's your goal or your aim. Typically, you're gonna
So
angle
there
up
or
from there.
above, basically.
And we already know we're gonna angle up from there, so that's just practice looking at it.
Mm,
Come a little closer to
Closer
like where
to
they
the-
meet, actually,
okay.
yeah. Here we go. And so in this case, now
Go.
kind of get it in position where you think. Awesome. Hold that good, and then have her come to the middle, and so maybe come around.
Sorry.
So now,
Just to make sure, height-wise, angle, looks pretty
that's
similar.
good. What do y'all think?
I'm at a terrible angle, so I can't really tell, so
I think it's
trust you.
even.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we can change. So this is like my cut, you know, what is it? Measure twice, cut once type of thing. But truly, I've done that, and then I am treating, and I go, I'm like an inch off. What was I looking at? You know, so you know, always have your days.
And these can be replaced for some reason. If something gets, you can just lift them and replace them. It should be fun.
You'll be all off on your count, and everyone will hate you. But yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No, let us know. I can always send you if you just have like a real crazy
Just something freaky.
something. Yeah.
And I can't touch.
Now I was not watching. I apologize, but don't start there. So we want to start back here. Right?
Start. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I guess there's just more to that thing. Just kidding.
Be right there then.
Super sweet. But truly, you can just kind of flat in there. Sweet things. Cool. Looks good. Okay. Now we connect. Trap you guys in there. Sorry. So there are two that have R. Two that say R on them, and then one that says L. There's two tabs on the right and one on the left. That's all that matters.
Oh.
Does not matter. The R's don't matter. I'll put it behind you. Maybe we'll get more length. I'll get behind you.
These are
Do you
20
connect
minutes,
them?
right?
20.
Kids, do you want to connect one? Sure. Yes. It's the exact same thing. Lift the silver tab. So then the only nuance with this, yep, exactly, is you don't want them like pulling
Hanging.
off. So to actually kind of tuck them in, that would be good.
So do most people lay down like this, or do they sit up slightly, or what's the?
No, usually they don't. Yeah. Bones
It
and
makes
stuff.
sense because if they're laying, if they're up, all that stuff's
Actually,
gonna
actually,
Gravity.
lay
around
down.
this side, yeah.
Because you want it going in the direction.
Is it?
Great job.
Do you see Parker?
Is she watching?
Yes,
I don't
Okay.
know. Can't see.
it has a little bit of a glare, so it's hard to see the detail.
Okay, we're about to put you on the machine now.
Anybody, I guess it's hard to do. Anybody like FaceTime or something that we can get like all up on it?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because you want to FaceTime her?
I'm gonna
since
video
you're close?
her.
I have the video on her.
You
If
do?
you want to, I'm
Okay.
at 15 minutes now.
Okay,
From the
good.
beginning.
That's like my, that's how I
Yeah.
learn,
Me too.
as long as you're doing it. Okay.
So if you FaceTime Melissa or Jess can, she already has it up.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So here, this is literally just a picture of the connector, kind of like Neo has like lady on there, right? Sorry. All right, so just you can hit where it says Emface highlighted, or then you can hit the check mark. Either way, that's your only option to click Emface. Here, it shows the 4 different quadrants. So technically, we can affect each cheek. We can affect each quadrant of the forehead. I have not had to do that yet. I have not had somebody that like off, where we've had to do that. But you have the potential that you can customize all 4 quadrants basically. Here, the orange is the radio frequency. So just like Neo, you're going to start at 100%. And then the pink is your high Fez energy. All right, and the same thing, you have both of those options on all 4 quadrants. Grounding is good. Here it has the card, so it shows 12 treatments out of 20 left. So I've used 4 treatments, not my strong suit. All right, and then it sets presets for 20 minutes for the time. So same as Neo, you have to click the play button. So this, Neo, you start the machine, you have to hit the therapy discomfort. Now, before you actually start the treatment, you hit the therapy discomfort. So I would do that first and then give it to the patient. I've had it where somebody was just clicking and couldn't feel it, and they locked the machine out. So we'll say she's existing, female, everybody is 21 in training.
Yay.
So now we would be good to go. I want to show you when we deselect, so whatever is green, if we change the settings, that's going to affect all the areas that are selected or green. If we deselect something, it's not going to pause. Just now, if I were to change the settings, it does everything but the one that's deselected, okay?
Green means go.
Yeah.
Green means go.
Reset. Okay, green means go. And then just pop up, you can't drag it or anything, you just have to kind of click up. So we're going up to 100% for the radio frequency. So you're gonna feel a little bit of that warmth, okay? Then I'm gonna start the high Fez. Let us know when you start to feel the energy of the high Fez, okay? We're gonna start it now. I pretty quickly get to like high 20s. Okay.
I can start.
Okay, so we're at 30% for the high Fez. Remember, it's gonna feel kind of superficial, creepy, crawly.
Smells staticky. That
It's like an ozone
electric.
smell.
Yeah, that's, I was gonna say, are you guys doing ozone? Because that's not. You're feeling it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't see anything. Remember, we want to get them to a good contraction. So I'm gonna go, I kind of go by like 10. So let's go to 40.
And so are you watching for contraction?
And I also kind of at the beginning, I want to see maybe if I can tell where we're even at. So I think that was the forehead, just rose a little bit. Forehead, cheeks. Now it's going to be just the cheeks. Pause. And it's very, very light though, so I'm going to go to 50. And remember, I can make the forehead different than the cheeks. If anything is more intense, just let us know, okay?
Just feels funny.
I see her
Make
warming
sure,
up.
make sure
Yeah.
hair feel like it's tingling.
Still don't
Okay,
see
you look like
anything
you're in
too
surgery.
dramatic. Let me go to 60.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna either this here left.
You're
I
at
gotta go
60%, 18 minutes.
Still doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
70.
That's a question.
Yeah.
Like, I have one side of my face that
Bless you.
is more droopy than the other. Like I have Bell's palsy, back of palsy, but that side still is low. Could you do more on that side, or would you just do the same?
I would see how it naturally just goes. Most
Gets
likely
back.
that's gonna be the weaker side anyway, so you'll have to crank that one up.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
So I see her left side moving more. That's kind of what you said. You're gonna just.
So let's go to see. So forehead. Now you can see it. Now forehead and cheeks together. Now just the cheeks. now pauses.
I
So
can
I like
probably
to get
feel
it
it
where I
a
can
little
see
more
that
on my
better.
left
So-
side too.
Still 70, let's get to 80. I like to use 80 as kind of my marker to where maybe now at 80, I do one side different than the other just to kind of see where we're at. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Now for you, also, how do you feel? Does it feel even to you? Do you feel that more tug on
I
the
feel
left?
a little bit more on the left cheek.
So let's go. And I see, correct me if I'm wrong, I see that left brow too a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of that.
I don't feel it as much on the forehead. Like I feel it on the forehead, but I can't tell like even wise.
Yeah,
the left
maybe.
cheek I can feel.
So I'm going to deselect the right cheek. No, I'm sorry. Left cheek. So that's her right, that's the stronger side. So I'm going to deselect that side. Let's go to 90.
That looks
That
more
looks
even.
better already, actually.
So it maintained
80 over
the
there.
80
and
over
now
there.
Oh, okay.
Even though, so remember, deselecting it does not pause it. It's still
Okay.
going, just what does not
You
change
just-
the settings now.
Gotcha.
That actually does
Yeah.
look good. So now I'm going to bring everything together again.
So did that just change the cheek, or did it change the right side
Just
of
the
the
cheek.
forehead?
cheek and the forehead, right?
Just the cheek I did.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. I'm going to bring up to 100 on these. That one's now at 92 because we were off a little.
What's the quickest you can get up to 100%? Right away.
Yep, I take it. But most first treatments, remember, just like everything
yeah.
else, some of them
So
just
it's
need
been
a
about
minute.
5 minutes right
Yeah.
now.
Just for yourself.
Until she's kind of getting. And you said no more than like 10% difference or 10 to 20?
10, 20. If you get to 30,
Yeah.
then probably need to actually move it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like that second of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Totally fine. We're at the top now anyway. Throughout it, this one for sure. This can change in Neo too, but this one I see more so. Give it a few more minutes. That actually might even out. Remember too, first session, you've done this before though, right?
Well, for 5 minutes,
Demo.
like a 5-minute demo. Yes.
You've never done a workout on
For your
these
face.
muscles, you know? So
Right.
just anything like that, if you get a sore spot, I've had somebody have that, but just like that unevenness of it. I mean, they've never been this
Mm-hmm.
aware, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, I've seen it all change throughout the treatment. So always that first one, just plan on being here just so you can make any adjustments kind of as you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And as well, some people like off the bat just might be like, nope, you know, just very weird to it until they need to acclimate. So you doing okay?
I think it's probably more like the fear that it's going to start hurting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also say like there is just a little bit off still. That's completely fine. That's not going to change anything. Just like Neo, it's moving it that millimeter is not going to make or break the treatment. That's completely fine. She almost, I think that actually corrected.
We're gonna.
She has a slightly, there's that little Elvis lip, so it's that lay-by superior nasalis kind of thing.
On her
She's
left
got a
side.
little extra, yeah,
Uh-huh.
a little extra on the lip. That's very typical too. There's nothing you can even do about that. So as long as the contractions
I
are
have that on my
going
left side too.
It's just going.
I don't think I make that face. It's very hard to talk
Yeah.
while it's doing it.
Okay, so you deselected the left. You went up to 90. It didn't affect it. What was it? 80 and 90 for a while, and it kind of corrected. So, did I miss the point where you raised it to 92?
I may have hit that twice. So what I did was I brought I selected everything again, and so I brought
And then
everything
rose-
else to
everything
90.
rose
That
up
one to
together.
90. I may have like knocked that one extra one
Okay.
time for it to be at 90.
You selected it again, and then you rose
Well, let's-
everything together.
Yep. So now let's bring it back to. I love those glasses, by the way. Then again, for you, feel even. Make it feel off. Usually don't even realize the heat just because the contractions are so funny feeling, right? So is the heat okay?
It is. Like I felt it when you turned it on. I almost felt like filling it with like warm water.
So you could adjust the heat on those separately,
Yeah.
independently?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Say, like, that would be a great example. If somebody does have a scar, maybe
You want to turn it down?
Yeah.
Because they can't really feel.
50% just to be super safe. So that
Okay.
just
Can you show
feel
us
it.
how to adjust that really
Yeah. So say she had a scar on her right above her right eyebrow.
My nose itches.
Scarlet right there. And then you just, it would be the orange, right? So just watching that orange one now. That one's going down, nothing else is.
Perfect. Okay. Has to be green for it to be effective.
Gotcha.
That's a good way to put it.
And so, let's do it maybe here.
I'm gonna just forward it to Dr. Smith because
So say you come back in, device has been stopped.
probably want me to call her immediately.
We're just in the pause.
Okay.
So we'll hit our check mark. Everything is still, you didn't lose any time. Everything is just back to 0.
You just,
Just
have
go
to
back up.
adjust your settings to get back in there.
Are you having to go back up on
Uh-huh.
RF also?
Yeah. Yep, both people.
So it paused it and it went back down.
Zero.
to
Zero to everything.
And that's what Emsculpt does.
Yeah.
You don't lose your time. You just have to put everything back where it
I
was.
guess I've never paused Emsculpt to see that happen.
I'm just kind of reevaluating here, keeping it
Mm-hmm.
even. Bring everything to 90, so it is still stronger. So now
It is.
Do you have
keep that
anyone?
at 90 and everything else at 100.
Okay.
Do y'all have anyone in Texas doing research on this device?
I believe so.
I'm asking because my friend's daughter has Moebius syndrome, and so she's born without I don't know how many cranial nerves.
Yeah.
She's had to have several smile surgeries just so that she can have the appearance of a smile because she has no emotion,
Yeah.
no facial motion. And I'm wondering if anything like this would help to strengthen those muscles
Absolutely.
that like support her speech too, because of
Oh
that,
gosh, yeah.
like it's hard for her, difficult for her to speak
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. God, that'd be fantastic. No, I know, just because we have to stay, like, cosmetic technically, you know, it's just so annoying because all these things have such good benefits like that. Like, you heard Dr. Wrestler and, you know, stroke and Bell's palsy and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Fantastic.
beautiful, I know.
Otherwise, these people have to get fillers and.
I was gonna ask on Bell's palsy, like,
So-
should you wait until
Yes.
they recovered?
Correct. Yes. Wait till it's recovered.
I have
Same
one-
thing with any like you know, lupus outbreak. You know, anything you just don't. We want everything like at bay, recovered, not, you know, flared up.
What if
Like
the
for
Bell's palsy
that-
doesn't go away? Like I have someone that theirs is they've had it now for 10 years.
Basically, and kind of the same with that. It's like if there's something constantly working against it, you just again you can't speak to the expectations. But
Sure.
I'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the same thing with that. I would wonder. I mean, because nothing would be working against. I mean, it just is what it is, right?
You can't
It's
hurt
going
it.
without
I
those-
mean,
Like
you
if
can't
they
hurt
wanna
it.
try-
It's already frozen.
Exactly. So just try to
So-
strengthen what's there.
So I guess same thing post-stroke, like if somebody wanted to try it to see if it helped, like they could try it.
Want to be legit.
Sorry, I'll get out of the way.
I'm just kind of wanting to see.
That. And then Jessica, who's in the car? Who's
Dr.
in the
Carter.
car?
Y'all headed to the bar?
I mean, it's 5 o'clock there, right?
Yeah.
They are. They're going to dinner with Chelsea and Ryan.
Oh,
Oh,
so are they at least
good.
taking them to dinner? Yay.
So when you went back up, did you go, like, is it still separate, like different?
It is still separate, yeah. I brought them up all together to 80, and then I did 90,
Mhm.
and then it was still off, so I left your left side at 90 and went up to 100 on everything else. So ended up the same way, just did a little different.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like a bunny when you're doing this.
Right?
Sometimes it makes you like squint your nose.
Do these come
That's how I felt
unconnected?
when I
If
was
they were to
doing
come
that,
unconnected, did they just go into the same port?
Correct, yeah, same part, but
Anything like
also,
that?
like, those have the R on it, and then under here, there's RRL. So. Big.
Wait, say it again.
Botox and factor, like the timing of their Botox.
Yes.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, if they get it, wait 2 weeks for that to settle, then you can start treatments. Otherwise, you can do treatments and then you could inject them on their last treatment of this same day. That would be okay. Just we want them to see what they see from this. Let that build first, ideally, but yeah. Otherwise, safety wise, that's totally fine.
But they're
It's
not.
out to you? Is that supposed to be in?
That's what we're on this end.
Will it be less effective though if they have Botox on first?
It's not. So it will still, what you'll notice, so if they have fresh, it's been 2 weeks, it's fresh, they probably will not budge, like you won't see the contractions. However, they will feel it. They will say, oh, no, I'm good. So that's just the only thing. That can happen also though with like men that just have thicker muscles or something like that. I mean, you're just gonna see an array of different dramatics of this basically. Like she's moving, but there's some people that even more so are just like
Really
scrunching away,
scrunched.
which is not necessary. You don't have to get them to that point, but they're fine.
So when I did
But yeah, so the only thing is that you just won't see them contracting as much if they have like full dosing.
Okay. When I did my demo, I had just had Botox 3 days before, and I couldn't tolerate it on my forehead.
Oh, gotcha.
Really? Like it was
Didn't they
painful.
get the SARS game?
No, that was the first like
Dallas.
Oh, symposium.
Uh-huh. Isn't that weird? And she said she had never seen that before.
I don't know
Have you
why
tried it
that
since
would
then?
be.
No.
So I'll be curious to see.
Yeah. When was your
And it
budget?
might just be one that's very sensitive that
2 weeks.
needs
It's been 2
a
weeks.
few minutes to
Good.
acclimate to it. I mean, that's
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But you said I shouldn't have done it that soon anyway. I should have waited.
yeah, but I mean, the confidence isn't gonna like kill it.
Yeah.
Was it just the quick 5-minute thing, right? Not the full treatment?
Yeah, it was the 5 minutes.
So I guess the whole conversation about reusing is mute because
Oh yeah, you have to have the same number
you have
of
to have the
everything.
cards.
And again, you take this off, there's skin cells. It's not gonna stick as good. Like it's just
Yeah.
It's like sharing Band-Aids. How many minutes was this treatment?
20.
20? Okay.
So 5 minutes left.
And you can't do it at the same time as like
Neo.
Correct. So
darn it.
I know it would make life super easy.
Yeah.
Do I see that on Instagram? Yes, I do. I think BTL reposted something with that. But in the owner's manual, which is what I have to go by, right? That is just no mixing with different RFs. So don't use any other RF device. Now, because of the grounding pad, that truly could affect the devices. So I would not.
Don't do it.
No, don't do it.
I saw, I think Nicole sent me, they had 2 Neos here and then 2 more here because they had 2 devices. And she was like, can you do this? I go, I mean, if they bought 2 devices, that's the same power. So that's a lot of contracting.
That's a lot of
Get
energy.
You need an Emfella.
Get it done.
Yeah,
Big
body.
Yeah.
Get the timing where the contractions are just off from each other.
On your cheeks.
No, like
Oh,
I'm
oh,
talking
we
about
do
like
that,
you did 2
yeah.
different ones, like where one was contracting and the other one not at the exact same time, hopefully.
So after today, there's no reason why we can't start doing this on
Oh,
patients.
yes. As long as
Just
you're
like all
Yeah, we do have pricing, y'all. So for those of you who are here, is anybody on TV? It's $3,800 for members for a 4 package of 4,
Okay.
That's good.
and it's $4,200 for non-members. If you're not a member of our practice, it's $4,200 for a package of 4.
And we do not sell them individually.
And then the Emcella, if you're a member, it's $1,800 for a package of 6, and $19.99 for a package of 6 if you're a non-member. And I've got it in hint, don't I?
I know it was on your list to put in there
I
today.
think I did it during the meeting.
Did
I
you
was
do it?
multitasking.
I wasn't sure if you did it before you left for your appointment or not.
What did you say, like the
late
normal
to
range
do it.
was on the Emcellas? Because you said something earlier, like what are the average ranges? You said like
About that, yeah,
2,000.
the 6 treatments for like 1,800 is pretty average. I've seen it as low as 1,200. I've seen it as high as 2,000. Even more than that, probably, yeah. And the good thing with that, again, there's no consumable for you or minutes or anything. So you really, if it's open, hopefully it's booked all day long. But if it's open, I mean, somebody can just kind of sit on it for a minute, 30 seconds, whatever.
Little demo.
Yeah, demo it, and then that could kind of almost explain too, like it all. I mean, that's not the best example because that certainly is like that on the face. It's just, it's all weird, right? You can kind of use that, but
What is the cost of these?
together 165.
Are we having, are y'all still having a special?
I think so. I just got that email too.
Dr. Carter got an email, he
Mhm.
forwarded it to the leadership team. Kish, if you wanna take a look at that.
I don't remember seeing it. When
It was,
did you do
it was an
that?
actual email, it wasn't in Teams.
Yeah, that's what
It was about a week or two ago.
Okay, I'll look back.
Yeah.
Okay. But
2 minutes
the
left.
forehead and then
Yeah,
the
so
tubes,
cheeks
this is
together are
165
Yeah,
for the
cheeks
consumable.
together are 80,
Including
this
with
one is
the-
80. Yep, and then the $5 for the grounding pad, so 165. Not terrible.
I'm tired, I'm sorry. I gotta get up early too, darn it, I forgot about that darn enrollment.
And Friday?
Friday. You can wear sweaters, Christmas sweaters are
Oh,
on.
Christmas sweaters.
Anybody, Friday's the next, all the next, rest of the
Do
Fridays.
they have to be ugly Christmas sweater or just
Whatever you
Christmas?
want.
Okay.
I'm showing up in my Christmas jammies. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we need a Polar Express day
Footed, yes.
The onesies.
with hot
The
cocoa.
It's the kind that have buttons on the back.
I feel like it's
Little
gotten a little
butt
better,
flap.
actually.
As far as like,
Yeah, just that little unevenness that was still there. I think that looks perfect now.
1 minute.
So yeah, just that tugging at the scalp or just kind of like a little scalp massage. I mean, just let them know all of that is normal, like, and what to expect.
You're blocking out.
You're cutting out on us.
something with an update.
Rachel doesn't know yet.
I know, I truly do not. Like, we are.
They
critical
haven't
as the
teased-
last
they
to
haven't
know. I have
teased
no
y'all?
clue. I'm assuming they're gonna let us know if they are releasing finally the small applicators. I've heard maybe an update of some sort. I don't know if that's for the small applicators or if it's like a totally different area. I have zero clue. We were trying to get the guy that was at our last one, like, to tell us something. He wouldn't.
I wonder what else they would add.
4, 3, 2, 1. I'm
Yay.
thinking neck. I don't know where else you would go with these because I mean it's all
Right.
covered.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think the only other thing would be his neck.
I
but
know, that's what I was
they
thinking.
could do neck now with X
That would
on,
be-
So I don't know.
How was your treatment, man?
But bring it on,
It
right?
seemed way longer than 20 minutes with everybody standing around looking at me.
Yeah.
So where do we put that? So now these.
I don't have it. I don't think I got it, Michelle. If you can, when you look and see if you got it, if you can send it to me.
Okay.
Cause
And I wonder if you could do
So
like,
right over here where the therapy discomfort button
Décolleté
is.
or
since you,
That's what I'm
Good.
hoping.
However,
Yeah.
sometimes these can kind of want to go down to the floor, right? So I like to loop them. and then
Okay.
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 loop and hoop.
And then again,
Loop
for
and
storage purposes, you can bring that back up and tighten it, swivel back.
Cool.
And then you'll see we're down to 10 out of 20 now because I used 2 of the treatments.
Do you just peel out?
Yeah, I've done this every which way. I kind of like to like walk it off, so kind of pull it off. So you're not like pulling.
That's how I can't stand my skin being pulled. Unless I hold it down with the other hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a cushiony,
You did?
foamy.
That doesn't hurt at all. It's not like being waxed.
Doesn't matter which direction you go here.
It doesn't. Now, if you're like in the baby hairs,
Ooh.
try to go from the other way just so you're not pulling
Yeah,
against
that
it.
one- that
It's
one I
just hard
found.
to get it off from there. Yeah.
Go this way.
Yeah, I went one place, not to like, whatever, but I went one place. These were literally still in there hanging like this. They had the sticker back on them, like covered in like skin. The electrodes, when I tell you, were burnt.
Is that okay?
They've been reusing them.
Wow.
She's like, oh yeah, these are brand new. I just put them on. I go, these are brand new. Like, you need to let myself, Mitch, like somebody know, because absolutely not. Like, that's unacceptable, right? And then guess who gets off on their cards and their journal?
Not obeying the rules.
Do we need to sit her up
Probably-
to take a photo?
Yeah, so let's clean. We need to take the marks off real quick.
Here. Let me see if I can. We'll just come up with that.
Am I in your way? No. No, ma'am. Okay.
I guess I get it set up for you.
That's fine. No, this is probably easier.
She wants to be pampered too.
The table's kind of tall, so I figured if I was sitting up.
I do like that idea of like a warm towel or.
Yeah, like at least if they do have like a lot of makeup on, just like get some alternate.
We have a towel warmer.
Scrubbing and stuff. Yeah, especially if it's gonna be in
It can be.
But yeah, we have a little towel.
It's nice.
Well, we could put our like makeup remover wipes and stuff in there.
Yeah.
So that they're at least warm.
Yep, as long as they're hydrated. Those little things make a big difference, like you said. For example, I got my hydrofacial next door, and I've had
Disconnection here.
so many of them before. But hers was so extra, I was like, I'm not going anywhere else for a hydrofacial. That's the only place I'm going. She just did a bunch of stuff, you know, like they do their steps and then they're done. I always feel like they're rushing through. In between steps, she gave me a mask. She did massage, décolleté massage, scalp massage, like different types of masks. Like I felt like I had 3 masks. Like
That's the
it
best.
makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay, concluding the video.
Oh.